Good day, everyone. Welcome to my video sessions this afternoon. I wanted to talk about the cultural shocks I experienced when I came. For me, some of them were welcome improvement, welcome development, welcome change. They were not totally rude shocks for me, but I'm just gonna run them down so you can look at them and prepare your mind for when you're coming. So number one was the right hand driving. Oh my god. It wasn't just about the driving, it was the fact that I always thought that vehicles coming from my right were coming on the left. I would look in the wrong direction. And on several occasions, I've had to cross the road while a vehicle was coming at me. Thank God for the fact that pedestrians have right of the way. So several occasions also, vehicles have had to stop just 2 inches or less. I wouldn't know how to measure the distance now, but just right in front of me. So, but with time, when I started learning how to drive on the British roads, I started to get acclimatized to the fact that, oh, I have to give way to vehicles coming from the right and not on the left, and a whole lot of other things that had to do with driving. Okay, that's one. Two, I came here and realized that water is hard water. Well, when I came home to Nigeria for some break and I realized I could access soft water, I was so glad. Water is hard, but then that's it. Cultural shock. Your general physician is your first point of call if you have any healthcare issues. You know how we go to the hospitals when we're not feeling fine? Go to UNTH, go to Park Lane, all those places. No, you don't have to. All you have to do is to visit your general physician who will make the referrals to other secondary healthcare practitioners, your specialists. Your general physician, your GP will determine the extent of your illness. To what extent does he have to seek for help? So that is why I said on landing, make sure you register immediately with a general physician. Make sure you start looking for a job as well. Make sure you open a bank account. This will also count towards verifying your address. So your GP is very, very important. Now, do you realize you could be arrested for antisocial behavior? You cannot shout unnecessarily. You cannot do things that are generally not acceptable in a public gathering. And if you keep doing it, citizens are morally obligated to call the police for you to remove you from other people if you're causing or forming nuisance. Hey, do you know who I am? I be this, I be that. It's a lie. Nobody knows who you are. You're not above the law. You must respect other citizens and abide by acceptable means of social existence. Did you know that when I came, I realized that I could buy things from Amazon, from your general stores, from anyone, all your beloved Gucci and Co, every one of them, your Adidas, your everyone, you can buy things from them, and if you go home and it does not fit the purpose for which you had in mind, or you had it for a gift for someone, or you bought it for your child, or you bought it for somebody, proxy, the person wasn't there when you did, or let's even say your foot was swollen when you bought it and then you came home and your foot has gone down and then it is now slightly oversized. For whatever reason, that makes sense. Do you realize you can return your purchase within 14 days, within 28 days, depending on the company policy? Oh my god, when I first came and I bought things I didn't like, I'll just keep it and be grumbling. It was this Ghanaian lady that said to me, Shalom, do you realize you can return this and be happy? So what? I didn't even read the return labels that came with them. Or I did, or I didn't understand what they meant. You can return them and get refunded. The customers seek for your satisfaction as a customers. The company seek for your satisfaction as a customer. That's it. Once you're happy, they're happy. And provided that you return it in the same condition that you bought it. You haven't worn it, you haven't removed the tags, you haven't handled it, you haven't squeezed them in, it will be accepted and you get your full refund with good faith. No bad blood. I remember when I was a child, I used to dread buying the wrong things because if my mother didn't like them and I had to take them back to the people, you will cry. You will cry tears of blood before they will even consider you. They can't even consider you if you're a child. If you're an adult, you're going to face exchange of words. So you see with the things I said, some of the things I met here, for me, they were not rude shocks. I was happy to have met them. At first, I was shocked to realize that this kind of thing is even applicable. But then it was some of the things I ever thought, in my mind, could this even be remotely possible? One of these days, I'm going to tell you personal stories that attend to my personal life and how coming to this place has really changed a lot of things for me. Sometimes God needs to change your geography to bless you immensely. It's not just about, you need to change geography to attain the heights that God has destined for you. I'll tell a personal, not just one personal story, personal stories. Okay, do you realize that people do not steal? It's hard for people to steal from you. It could be an honest mistake. It is almost always an honest mistake. Even homeless people don't steal. I haven't seen a homeless person that steals or that exhibits outright greed or avarice. No. When we traveled, we were gone for about a month. But by the time we came back, all our parcels were all in the garage. The ones that could not fit in through the letterbox, the letterbox, you can just chuck in the letter and push it into the house. The ones that couldn't fit in through that little pigeonhole went in the garage. Everything. We didn't look for one. I even made a mistake of calling my credit card company saying, I wouldn't be around. Could you not send my card? They couldn't understand what I was saying. It sounded like Greek to them. People do not steal, and it is something that has been embedded in this society. And I can tell you another thing. Most of the Nigerians I met here are honest. I do not know if they were honest before or they came here and became conditioned, but there is hardly any reason for you to lie. Hardly. Things are moving forward. There's institutional honesty. There's organizational honesty. Even when your supervisors, your superiors make mistakes, they come to you and apologize and explain reasons why these things happened. It could be because of things beyond their control, but no one comes and looks you in the eye and lies outrightly. No. The final thing, in fact, that should have been the first thing. British people are courteous. They're polite people. They're not aggressive and violent. No. So they expect you when you come into their country to behave accordingly. What's that saying? When you go to Romans, behave like Romans. You don't scream at people. Even when someone is angry, when somebody is making you angry, you shouldn't be righteously angry at them and scream and do things. There are things that you could do that will start pointing at that will make others around you wonder about your mental health. So you must learn to be courteous, polite, deal with people appropriately, have respect for your fellow citizens, have respect for fellow human beings. If you can't help someone, all you have to do is, no, I'm so sorry, that's it. Yes, please. What did the Bible say? Soft words turn away wrath.